Hello students, the topic that today we will discuss is communicative language teaching. As the name suggests, this approach gives importance to communication. Now first we will look into what is communication. The word communication has its origin in Latin word communis, that means to make it common. Communication occurs when one individual sends a message to another and that message is received and understood. In simple words, in communication there is a receiver and there is a sender also. The sender sends the message and it is received by the receiver. Now what is communicative language teaching? Communicative language teaching is a broad approach to language teaching that emphasizes interaction as both means and ultimate goal of study. That means the aim is interaction and it has to be achieved by interaction. Now we look into the objectives of communicative language teaching. The first objective is development of communicative competence. That means communicative competence has to be developed among the students. Next is it gives focus on helping learners to create a meaningful structure because here meaning is given importance. Next is stress is on meaning and function of language and not on form. That is, it gives emphasis on the functional aspect of the language. And the next point is effective communication in a variety of real life situations. In real life situation, the situations may vary from one to another, and for this approach aims for effective communication in a variety of real life situations. And the last point is student will learn the 4 skills through problem solving activities. If problem solving activities are engaged in the classroom, it will help the students to go into the depth of the task or the subject. Now we'll look into the features of communicative language teaching. The first feature is meaning is paramount. That means it gives emphasis on meaning. And the next point is contextualization. A language cannot exist in vacuum. For this, context has to be used. The next point is language learning is learning to communicate. This means, as per communicative language teaching, learning to communicate is the main focus. Next, it gives fluency the importance and not the accuracy. Accuracy to some extent can be neglected. Next, there is a scope of judicious use of mother tongue. Here I want to add one thing. The mother tongue should be not overused. Its use should be limited as far as possible. Next, communicative competence is the goal. If the student can attain the competency in communication, then this approach is said to be successful. Next comes, it gives importance of learners. That is prime focus on learners. Learners' needs and necessity are to be given importance. Next is, it gives stress on function, not on rules. That is, students will learn language by function, and if they are quite capable of knowing the functions of the different forms of languages, then rules will automatically come. Then comes reading and writing skills. The development of reading and writing skill can start simultaneously. Next comes, there should be interactivity among learners. Interactivity is the main feature of this approach, and there may not be adequate scope for teacher-student interaction, and for this student-student interaction are to be given focus. Next, translation may be used. I have told earlier also, use of mother tongue is permitted in this approach, and for this translation may be used, but it should be minimized as far as possible. Next is drilling is rarely used. Drilling makes the class mechanical and monotonous, and for this drilling are to be rarely used. It has to be used only if needed. Next, the last one is items should be selected on need of learners. That is, need and necessity of the learners are to be given importance. Next, we will discuss the different types of classroom activities that can be engaged in the classroom. Now we will discuss the opinion of Sandra J. Sevington. The first activities that can be engaged or implemented in the classroom is role play. You all know about this. Through role play, the students will become active and the learning item will be interesting one. Next, interviews. Interviews can be arranged in the classrooms. It will develop both listening and speaking skill. Next, information gap. a text may be given or some listening item may be given in where some gaps will be there, and students will be asked to fill up that gaps. Next, language games. You are well aware about these terms. Language games makes the class an active one, and students do not feel monotonous in the classroom. Next point is language exchange in various forms. In real life situation, language is used in various forms, and in the classroom activities also, this various form should be given quite importance. Next comes pair work and group work. Because interactivity is the main focus of this approach, pair work and group work are to be given due importance. If pair work and group work is given due importance, then all the skills will be developed. Next, surveys can be conducted in the class, also outside the class, to help the students to develop communicative competence. And last one is learning by teaching. This refers to the traditional teaching. As and when required, the teacher will give teaching for the benefit of the learners. Now we'll look into what should be the syllabus of communicative language teaching classroom. As per the opinion of Council of Europe, some criteria has been fixed, mainly 5 criteria. First one is the situation in which a foreign language may be used typically. It may be travel, business. The next criteria is the topic that one may need to talk about. What are these topics? These topics may be personal identification, shopping, education, etc. Next criteria is different functions that call for communicative use of language. Now, what are these functions? These functions are descriptions, expression of agreement or disagreement, or asking for information. Next one is concept used in communication. This may include time, frequency, duration. And the last one is vocabulary and grammar for communication. A student should have a good stock of vocabulary and knowledge of grammar for effective communication. And the next, we will look into the role of teacher. What should be the role of teacher in the classroom? The first role is the teacher should act as a facilitator. He will facilitate all the arrangements in the classroom. Next is he will act as a resource person. As and when required, the teacher will guide the students with appropriate learning items and other teaching materials. In this respect, another point is that the teacher will act as a guide. Next is the teacher will act as an independent participant. That is, his participation will in no way hamper the normal development of the classroom activities. His participation will be an independent one. Next is organizer of resources. That means the teacher will organize different types of resources which may be TLM or computer-assisted language learning. Next is need analyzed. Each and every student has different needs and necessity. The teacher should analyze these needs and necessity, and on the basis of this, he should give counseling to the students. And the last point is the teacher will act as a group process manager. As the class is done in group way, so the teacher should possess the quality of a good process manager. And the last one is the teacher should act as a group process manager. This means as the class work is done in group manner, the teacher should quite aptly manage the classes in group formations and also in group works. The next is we will see into the merits of communicative language teaching. The first merit is that it is interactive. As the aim of communicative language teaching approach is interaction, so interactive classroom is the main merit of this communicative language teaching. It makes the class an active one and also makes the class interesting. Next merit is, or strong point is, this approach is learner-centric. You can easily understand that as this method or approach is based on the needs and necessity of learners, it is learner-centric. The learners are very much active here. Next is psychologically sound. This approach is based on the psychological principles of teaching and learning, and for this reason we can easily say that this approach is psychologically sound. Next comes scope of practice. Though drilling has been rarely used in this approach, but there may be sufficient scope of practice for communicative skills. Next is lively approach. As this method is learner-centric, naturally this is a lively one also. Next comes cooperative relationship. There must be a cooperative relationship between the teacher, students, and also among the students. And next one is freedom to think independently. Here it refers to divergent thinking, and which also helps in expressing independent values. And next one is judicious use of mother tongue. Student starts learning a second language after acquiring a certain amount of skills in mother tongue. So the knowledge of mother tongue can here also be used for developing second language in communicative language teaching. And the last one is this approach is close to real life situations because context and situations are based on real life situations. Next, we will look into the demerits of this approach. The first demerits is it is not suitable for overcrowded classroom. In Indian classroom, we can easily find students of 60-70 strength. Even for a class having 40 student strength, this approach may not be suitable. Moreover, this approach needs skilled teacher, and we all know that India lacks good skilled language teachers, and this is also a demerit of this approach. Next is it gives too much emphasis on oral work. To some extent, it has neglected the reading and writing skills. Though in paper this approach seems very good, but to some extent it seems to be an abstract one. And next is in the classroom we can find slow learners. This approach is not helpful or beneficial for slow learners. Moreover, this approach is a time-taking approach. For taking the class, the teacher has to arrange different type of resources in the form of TLM and other things. For this, the teacher needs the support and funding from higher authorities, and in this respect also the teacher can find some problems. Next comes, it is not suitable for current evaluation system. The present evaluation system does not encourage the implementation of communicative language teaching approach in the classrooms. Next comes, accuracy to pronunciation and forms is neglected. Accuracy to pronunciation and form is two important aspects of language development, but this approach has neglected this aspect. And the last one is, it is to some extent non-relevant in real life situations. That's all. Thanks to all.